Welcome, everybody. My name is Bertina, and for those of you all that don't know me, I'm the owner of Spirit Guide Communication through the Art of Divination. I do remote and in person readings at Cosmic Connection in Nashville. And yesterday on my podcast and on my website, I posted a blog about what is Midsummer's Day, Summer Solstice, and Litha. And today I thought I would continue with that by showing you some oracle cards and tarot cards that I have that would be great for the celebration today. So what I think I would like to do is just kind of talk about these holidays for just a moment, talk about who celebrates them, and then get into the idea of how fairies are connected to these holidays. So summer solstice is observed throughout the world with the ideas of the sun. For example, the ancient Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans all had solstice celebrations, and today it's marked by people of diverse backgrounds. The thing is, though, the summer solstice occurs usually today, June the 20th or 21st, when the sun reaches its highest point in the sky in the northern hemisphere, giving us the longest day of the year and the shortest night of the year. A lot of times, Midsummer's Day is also celebrated at the same time as summer solstice, and it has to do with celebrating of this time, mostly in Northern European countries like Sweden and Finland, Latvia, and the regions that have a lot of traditions involving bonfires and dancing and feasting, which you'll notice is a lot of what we do to celebrate today. And then Litha may be a holiday or Sabbath that you haven't heard of, but it is celebrated by modern pagans and Wiccans, and it's part of the wheel of the year, and it really points the annual cycle of seasons. So a lot of times we celebrate this time as a peak of summer and life-giving power of the sun. But let's talk about how fairies or the fae are associated with Midsummer's Day and summer solstice. In many tradition, Midsummer's Eve is considered a magical time. It's when the veil between the human world and the fairy realm is thin, and the belief is rooted in ancient Celtic and Germanic folklore, where fairies are seen as mystical beings with the power to bless or curse humans. I think that this deck right here that I have really kind of shows that. It's called Magical Times. It's by Jody Bergsma. There we go. And these are really good empowerment cards. And I'm going to take these out just for a few moments and show you what these are. Some of you all may have heard about fairies and midsummer's holidays in Shakespeare's Midsummer's Night's Dream. And it just basically, that's kind of where I heard about it in high school when I read the play. It just shows where humans and fairies interact under the midsummer moonlight. And this is something that you can do to help celebrate today is to take a deck, and especially if you have a crystal, let me see, that you associate with fairies. I really like this cherry crystal here. And sometimes leaving the crystals on top of the cards, charge them. You may, I teach fairy Reiki, so there's kanji or symbols that we use that we put inside of the cards, and it just kind of helps the cards connect with us. So this is how beautiful these cards are. This one here says Dreamer, and it has a wonderful message at the bottom. Your dreams have chosen you. Find fulfillment in pursuing your destiny. This is the magic of life. And if you kind of notice through this deck, I keep getting this rebirth one. It keeps coming up. So we definitely need to acknowledge it. No matter what happens, you can find new wings. Rise from the past, accept the positive change that is coming. And it's a dragon, and a lot of people, or it's a phoenix, I'm sorry. And a lot of people ask about different mythological creatures with fairies. Well, these creatures are in the realm of fairies, whether it's a phoenix or a dragon, or even dragonflies that are beautiful. They're all just part of the world of nature. And the biggest thing about, see, here's a unicorn card. Let's see if I can get that. There we go, unicorn. And be with the ones who make you shine, who love you and really care. Keep those and let the others go. And then these are really a set of cards in a time where you just look at the magic of nature. How can we really look at the idea of nature without thinking about how magical it is. So this is one of the wonderful decks there. Um, Something that you can do to help celebrate fairies with midsummer is to leave offerings of food or milk or flowers. A lot of people will say that, but I really like to leave things such as little shiny things like little trinkets and keys and things like that, especially near the fairy door so that they can come and visit me within the home. I know a lot of people get a little funny about that, but my thing is I live with love, and so the fairies that come to me usually bring love with them. Now, here's another oracle deck that I would like to show you all. It's Oracle of the Fairies with Karen Kay. And this deck is just beautiful. It is an oracle deck. So it has just bright, beautiful pictures on it with a message below. What I would suggest if you want to celebrate fairies today is possibly take these cards and pull one in the morning and see what message that you receive and bring that card with you or write down what the card says or take a picture of the card. And throughout the day, come back and look at the message. This one says hidden depths. Something hidden is about to come to light, perhaps a secret or a memory at the back of your mind. When we expose what's hidden, we can become free. And I love that she's in water and it's healing and the water coming down behind her and all the magic beside of her. So that's another deck. The Fairy Blessing cards is a deck that I like a lot if I want to learn something a little bit different about the fairies. And if you notice, this one's spelled Faery. There's a lot of different ideas as what to spell it, fairy or fairy. A lot of it has to do with culture, and some of it has to do with the types of fairies that you're working with. But this is a Lucy Cavendish deck, and if you know anything about her, she has some of the most beautiful art ever. And as I was saying, if you wanted to take these and just kind of look at a blessing each morning and learn a little bit more about the Fae. So this one is interesting. A blessing of a fairy guardian. So if you're going through a few things or you're wanting to learn more about the Fae, connecting with this fairy guardian would be a wonderful, wonderful idea. So the blessing of mothers, and they are a lot of fun here. So, and then the last two that I have are the Fairy Wisdom Oracle. It's by Amy Brown. Again, her art is just wonderful. Absolutely love it. If you notice, it's just like beautiful paintings and pictures. And she brings in just simplicity, but look how beautiful it is. Many dragons. I don't think you could ever have too many dragons. And then the final one I have is the traditional one. It was during Virtue and Radley Valentine. I think now it's just under Radley Valentine's name. And it's the Fairy Tarot cards. And this card is very much tarot based. They have suits. And then I keep getting winter. As hot as it is, I wish it was kind of winter here. But then they have the message at the bottom. So it's a little different than normal tarot cards where you just have the suit and you memorize the cards, which I always say never do. Trust your intuition. But really looking at the idea of this card, you have what it takes. If you only believe in yourself, thinking that you're powerless when you're not, a lack of self-confidence that keeps you from getting what you want. So I see that we kind of have a theme of moving forward today. So a few other ways that you can celebrate Midsummer's Day, Summer Solstice, or Litha is also creating fairy gardens, putting little small plants out, flowers, I'm sorry, and miniature decorations. You can learn more about the Fae and Fairy. I absolutely recommend Brian Froud's book. His books are just legends in the fairy world. He really celebrates a lot of stories, and his pictures are beautiful. You can also celebrate through bonfires, fire rituals, creating fairy crowns in the little greenery, eating food, going outside, just dancing and playing and doing nature walks. You can create a fairy altar in your home where you just do a small meditation and honor the fae, honor the summer, honor nature, and putting this all together because we all are one. We are part of nature. We are part of the fairy world as well because we allow them to visit us, to come through the veil, and they allow us to see them. So, dancing, music, family, all of that. But no matter how you choose to celebrate the holidays, I hope you take a chance to take a few moments, look over a few of these decks, and follow me a little bit later where I will pull one of the cards and do a reading live on Facebook or on Reels. But I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a fun day celebrating the holidays. It is super warm here in Kentucky where I am. So we would like for it to be a little bit cooler, but we're starting that direction. And I hope you all just have a wonderful celebration no matter what you celebrate. Enjoy your day, and thank you.